Evening in the Phoenix area. Temperature in the low 70s, a light wind between 5 and 6 miles per hour. Taking a look now at Fiona O'Keefe. In talking with those organizing this race from the Bowerman Track Club, they were very impressed with how quickly this meet came together, especially with how competitive these fields are for both the 800 and 3,000 meter distances. With several races coming up, several high-profile races on the agenda for many of these athletes, this serves as a tune-up opportunity, getting back into a field racing opportunity. A list of those we are expected to see this evening: Colleen Quigley, Elise Cranny, Taylor Werner, Gwen Jorgensen, Emily Infeld, Gabriella Stafford Debuse, Abby Cooper, Sharon Lokedy, Marielle Hall, Carissa Schweitzer, Katrina Coogan, and Millie Palladino. This race set to take off in about 2 minutes. The ladies will have the advantage of having a rabbit. Katrina Coogan is slated to have those duties, serve as the rabbit, as the pacer. There's a look at the entire field, all of the entrants. Wearing hip 6, that's Emily Infeld from Bowerman Track Club. Battled some injuries over the last 2 seasons and excited to be back in a field of competition among several of her teammates, as well as some athletes from across some other training groups. Emily's last race was indoors in the 5,000 about 12 months ago, in which she ran 4:51.91 indoors. You can see there's her teammate Gwen Jorgensen as well, also Marielle Hall and Elise Cranny, all there in the red, white, and black jerseys of the Bowerman Track Club. They're expected to take this out between 69 and 70 seconds per lap. The goal being to have these athletes somewhere in the 8:33 to 8:45 range. Athletes getting final directions from the officials there near the Phoenix area. No spectators allowed, so all those you are seeing are either teammates or coaches of the athletes. All of the athletes, of course, requiring a negative COVID test before competition. And then anyone else there at the track required to be wearing masks at all time.
Runners, on your marks.
Again, a quick rundown of the field. Fiona O'Keefe with hip 1, Colleen Quigley with hip 2, hip 3 is Elise Cranny, hip 4, Taylor Werner, hip 5, Gwen Jorgensen, hip 6, Emily Infeld, hip 7, Gabriella Stafford Debuse, hip 8, Abby Cooper, 10, Sharon Lokedy, 11, Marielle Hall, 12, Carissa Schweitzer, Millie Palladino as well, and Katrina Coogan is scheduled to be doing the pacing duties for this event. Quickly, Gabriella Stafford-Debuse and Carissa Schweitzer up front in pursuit of Coogan, staying tightly packed there. Colleen Quigley sitting there in the 4th position, making her debut unattached, racing for the first time, not being a part of the Bowerman Track Club, and she's using the opportunity to support a local organization in the Phoenix area, a nonprofit called Achieving My Purpose, which provides programming, resources, and experiences to empower young women of color. She had a great indoor season in 2020. Top 3 finishes in the 15 and 3K, the USA Indoor Championships. Carissa Schweitzer, of course, as well, recording top 3 finishes in those races. Carissa Schweitzer, interestingly, her personal best in the 3,000, outdoors, 8:42:15. She set that back in 2019. Her indoor PR, her indoor national record for the 3K, 8:25:70, certainly far superior to that. So she's certainly in pursuit, attainable for a PR for the outdoor event. One of the advantages of having minimal fans, or rather no fans, and just teammates and coaches, is that those athletes can readily hear and easily hear those coaching cues and instructions and directions. As you can see, those coaches positioned around the outside of the track, some of them on the infield as well. Coming through now, Coogan continues the pacing duties. She was scheduled to take them through each lap 69-70. Just behind her is Gabriella Stafford-Debuse, who set 1,500 mile and 5K outdoor national records back in 2019. Her 1,500 national record of 3:56:12, mile at 4:17:87. Her 5K outdoor national record, 14:44:12. Gwen Jorgensen making a move up there to join her teammates at the front of the pack. Elise Cranny moving up there as well, just behind Carissa Schweitzer and Colleen Quigley. Elise Cranny last raced back in December, racing a 5,000 meter at the track meet in LA, in which she boasted a personal best of 15:04:88. Back in June, ran a 14:48:02 at a Bowerman Track Club intra-squad meet. The pace through the first 1,000, the first K, right on 8:45 pace, which is exactly as they were expecting to run. Coogan is expected to take them through the mile. She feels good. She could take them through about 2,000 meters. So you can see Stafford-Debuse, Carissa Schweitzer, Colleen Quigley, Elise Cranny, all taking advantage of having the pacer up front, doing the legwork, doing the heavy lifting to set the tone. I was told once she steps on the track, it's left completely up to those athletes at the front and how they feel to push the pace, if they want to take it out more quickly. Same top 4 as you have Stafford-Debuse, followed by Schweitzer, Quigley, Elise Cranny, then Marielle Hall. Also Emily Enfeld and Gwen Jorgensen. They came through the halfway point in 4:23.5, right around 8:47 pace. Will be interesting to see how this pace may quicken. with this speed, the leg speed that those like Carissa Schweitzer does have. She's a very gutsy racer, tends to take control when the opportunity is given. And that she does. Looks like she's making a move there on the outside of lane 1. Elise Cranny going to go with her, challenging the rest of the field to try to go with them. High 70s, high 71 for their last lap, so slowing just a bit since Coogan stepped off the track. The top 4 separating themselves just a bit.
There you go, Em. There you go.
6:27 on that last split there. Schweitzer, not only the U.S. indoor record holder at this distance, that 8:25.70 indoors she ran in Boston last February. She also clocked a 14:26.34 in the 5,000 back in 2020. And then a 4-minute 1,500 meter as well. So one of those strong traits of Carissa Schweitzer is this phenomenal range that she has. Often competing against her training partner, Shelby Houlihan. Turnover looking to quicken just a bit here. Schweitzer, then Elise Cranny, Gabriella Stafford-Debuse, and Colleen Quigley. The steeplechase specialist still up there in 4th position, racing unattached in this event. Last lap just under 70 seconds as Carissa Schweitzer picks things up. The times to watch for Schweitzer. Her outdoor personal best, 8:42.15. Elise Cranny now making a big move on the back stretch. Gabriella Stafford-Debuse looking to go with her. Talking to the Bowerman Track Club, they said that Stafford-Debuse had flexed immense strength in their training sessions, training alongside those teammates. Penultimate lap, 68.9 seconds, things quickening significantly. Stafford-Debuse stretching out a lead, commanding lead now as she goes through unofficial 8:38, followed closely by her teammate Carissa Schweitzer, Colleen Quigley, Elise Cranny as well. We will get all of those finishing results officially for you as we get the entire field through the finish.
We have 2 more. Or actually, no, we have 1 more.
In talking with the coaches from Bowerman Track Club, they had given Gabriella Stafford-Debuse the option of whether she really wanted to run the 800 or the 3,000 meter in this event. And she said she really wanted to run the 3K, considers herself a true 1,500 meter runner, but wanted the opportunity to test her endurance, test her strength, and did so in incredible fashion, clocking 8:38.51, the number 3 all-time for a Canadian outdoors at the 3,000 meter distance. So a top 3 all-time effort. And then look at the finish just behind her, a battle between Quigley, Cranny, and Schweitzer. A 61:49 last lap. The final 400 meters, 61.49 seconds for Gabriella Stafford-Debuse. Now we have those official times for you. Colleen Quigley taking 2nd, followed by Carissa Schweitzer. There we have our time. So Quigley coming in Quigley coming in second, 8:40. Schweitzer from the Nike Bowerman Track Club, a very look how close between second and third, just 0.02 of a second. That should be an outdoor. It is an outdoor personal best in the 3,000 meters for Carissa Schweitzer. Up next is perhaps the most competitive, the deepest field of competition that we will have on the track this evening, the men's 3,000 meter race. Altogether, 16 men slated for competition. Of course, some late scratches that we will adapt for, but coming into the weekend at least, expected to be 16 altogether, with the advantage of a pacer or rabbit doing some of the work for these athletes.